Hey, welcome back. This your first time? Welcome. We're gonna get to the reading. Oh, I am Ellison Nedra, the modern day sage. We're gonna jump into the reading. This is gonna be a full moon in Gemini, November 2018 reading. An energy read. Try to get some facts about this full moon. I haven't really been looking too much into astrology, but just so I can somewhat know what's going on just by breaking down the energy. I did a little research, you know. This is going to be your full moon in Gemini. This is also known as the beaver or frost moon. And we know that, if you don't know, the planet that's ruling over Gemini is Mercury. Mercury is about communication for the most part. We also have to know that we are in a Mercury retrograde and the sun is in Sagittarius. So with the combination of these energies, the full moon being in Gemini and it's ruled by Mercury, and that we're in a Mercury retrograde and the sun is in Sagittarius, just to break it down a little bit, Gemini, Mercury, it's about communication. Gemini is the communicator of the zodiac. Gemini is also known as the trickster, so there may be a lot of tricky conversations that take place during this time. And what may seem to be a setback because of the Mercury retrograde, it is not. Because with the sun being in Sagittarius, you're going to gain experience from this form of communication that you come in contact with very important people in your life. This is just what I'm picking up. This is, what I'm picking up. You're going to gain wisdom from this experience, this communication that you have with the important people in your life. So there may be a miscommunication, but it's almost like you see people's true intentions. So it's like, a person may say one thing, and this doesn't necessarily have to be an argument. A person may say one thing, and this is a conversation that was already had, I feel. So this is going to be a repeat in a sense. So a person may say one thing, but with the wisdom that you gain through Sagittarius, this miscommunication, or deception in a sense, is going to be seen for its face value. Where as the first time that you may have had this conversation with someone, it wasn't seen. Like, you took it for what it was. And when you found out that it wasn't true, you kind of blamed yourself or put some type of major, you felt bad, guilty that you fell for it. Fell for the deception. And for whatever reason, this is like the dark energy that's coming with this moon. Because it's not just dark. It's not just dark energy. Maybe this may be attached to the more so the frost moon, even though it's the same moon, but how you perceive it. So maybe with the frost moon, this is like the underworld energy. But being in the underworld is not always a bad thing, because what may be perceived as negative, you're gaining wisdom from it. You're seeing it for what it really is. So the retrograde and being in the underworld, like in the, what I mean by being in the underworld, right now, where we're positioned in a spiritual sense is the underworld, because winter is when everything dies off. Okay, winter is cold. You know, a lot of people who believe in heaven and hell perceive heaven to be, hell to be hot, but there's no life in hell. You know, there's no life. Like when someone is mean to you, what are they considered? They're being cold. So with this frost moon, you know, there may be some deception, but with the sun in Sagittarius, through this experience, you're going to gain wisdom from it. And it's going to be for your higher or highest good anyway. So, like I said, that's could be perceived as the negative aspect, or the energy attached to the frost moon. But now let's speak on this beaver moon. I need to see what the totem animal meaning for beaver is. I gotta get my phone. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I know I should have had this information already written out, but you know, this just came to me. Beaver totem and meaning. Okay, so let's see what the beaver is all about, because this is gonna hold a lot of information in this. Okay, so this is give credit where credit's due. This is whatismyspiritanimal.com, and beaver symbolism and meaning. Do you need help uniting your family, employees, or community? Is motivation excluding you? Are you considering giving up on a project? Beaver spirit can help. Beaver. Okay. So the phrase busy as a beaver or eager beaver both started appearing around the 1300s based on observations of beaver in nature. This creature diligently creates and maintains its own habitat. They achieve this by chewing on chosen trees until they fall, and the beaver can put the logs in place. This simple natural aptitude gives beaver the symbolism of having a good work ethic and being contentious. So when beaver energy chooses to enter your life, be ready for a period of productivity, which I feel. Beaver medicine is tied deeply to accomplishment through cooperation, resourcefulness, and building from the ground up. If the first log doesn't fall into place correctly, don't let that hold you down. Find another option. There's always more than one way to approach obstacles. Beaver Spirit offers new horizons and hope, particularly with regards to your family and home. Those struggling with difficult living situations can rely on Beaver to transform reality and teach the lesson of gratitude. Harmony comes from working together for common goals, not for egocentric action. Self-actualization and group actualization is not a passing river. You have to mindfully dive in and build with Beaver to manifest your goals. Throughout this process, Beaver instructs, stay flexible and be ready to invent or reinvent so you don't stubbornly get stuck on impractical ideas. Those ready to work with beaver medicine can absolutely alter their lives and come out with stunning results, not just for themselves, but those around them. There is truly strength in numbers. For those with a dream, beaver comes to support that vision or to give you a nudge not to give up. Build your foundations firmly. If the old structures no longer work, walk away and start anew. Change is your friend, as is an adventure with beaver. Yes, it is hard work, but well worth the effort. If you are seeking the wisdom of beaver energy, it's sign that your higher self is gently nudging you to have faith and keep building towards your dreams. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built. So just keep on keeping on. Wait a minute. Look, I did Sagittarius and Capricorn energy read, and let me say this, because this full moon falls between the seasons of the zodiac signs of Sagittarius and Capricorn, from one full moon to the next cycle. I feel that maybe, Sagittarius and Capricorns are really affected by this full moon, because this is pretty much saying what was the energy for December for both Sagittarius and Capricorns, whose readings were very similar. I haven't gotten to any other signs as of yet, because I wanted to do this full moon read. But this is exactly the energy that's taking place for December. Capricorns and Sagittarius. If you haven't had a chance, please check out those readings. And the other readings will be up soon for December 2018. Okay, so when Beaver arrives as your spirit animal, she is telling you it's time to act on those wishes and hopes you otherwise put on hold. This is not at the expense of your family life, however. The balance between work, play, family, career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. Remember that your family is a support system to your dreams. They can become part of the manifestation process and are probably just holding their breath waiting for you to say yes. Yay. Beaver, as an animal spirit guide, offers joy and confidence in your efforts. By recognizing beaver energy when its presence is your spirit animal, you could find yourself more motivated than before, which I am most definitely feeling. You might also notice big bursts of creativity, which I'm also feeling. Let me tell you why I say that. Because I'm doing these videos. Like, it was an inspiration to start, doing monthly readings. And now here it is. I'm like, oh, it's a full moon. Might as well do a full moon reading as well. This is something that I'm going to, stick towards, because this is a part of making a dream for me, That's just me sharing. That's my example of how this new moon or this full moon energy is working in my life. Like, this is totally resonating, like word by word, even though this is like the totem animal meaning. This is everything that's happening for me. Even with the frost moon, but the whole key is to stay focused on the positive. Stay focused on the positive. So, okay. Beaver Spirit reminds you, keep alternatives available and be persistent. Appreciate those around you who help with your accomplishments, and you will uncover the path for achievement. Let me tell you, that also resonates as well, because just sharing. Yesterday I connected with a young lady on Facebook, and she was looking for someone who does past life readings. And as I was commenting on her post, out of the blue, she messages me and asks me, do I do past life readings? And I was like, oh my God, that is so crazy, because I was just about to send my comment on your post. Like, yes, I do. And so it was just so divine how that happened. So in turn, I asked her to like my Facebook page and leave a rating and what you call it, a review. And she did. And on top of that, after she did, she invited others to like my page as well. And so in turn for that, like, we just been like I gave her a reading, she said, it really, what I said happened. It was like it was coming to pass. And that's something that you have to know about the type of reader, healer I am. What I say will come to pass. A lady contacted me today and said everything that I told her happened. So if you are really looking for some real spiritual advice, I don't know what I said, spiritual advice, contact me. Because, the bread is in the pudding is in the bread. However that saying goes. Even if, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So, oh yeah, let me go back to the story. I'm all over the place. So, because of her, doing that, inviting people, and people like she brought life back to my page, because like I was stumped. Like I don't know what to do. She brought life back to my page, and she inspired me to even want to put more content out, to be more active on my business page. And I had to appreciate her for that. That was like one of my first posts back. I had to show appreciation, because it was very much so appreciated. Like, she was a spark. It was like a reflection type thing. So, I'm feeling this energy. This is most definitely the energy that is at play right now with this Beaver full moon in Gemini. So those born with Beaver as their totem animal are busy people. They are truly fulfilled when working, but are happiest working in teams. Beaver people naturally know when it's time for action, time for play, and time for family. Structure is very important to them. A Beaver living and working spaces are likely very organized and reflect not only their passions, but family life, with various small accessories like pictures. So my workplace right now is very organized, and I got my baby somewhere in here. She's in here with me. So although I don't have her picture, no. Although I don't have her picture, she's here with me while I'm working. So I'm just relating, I'm just sharing, because I'm a Sagittarius. For all my Sagittarius, if you do not feel this energy, you are going against the flow. Be in the flow, because this is beautiful energy. It could be dark, you could be arguing with people, but you could also look the other way. You could change your perspective and see things from a different perspective and enjoy the energy, because this is beautiful energy. So I feel like this full moon energy is really is affecting Geminis, Capricorns, Sagittarius, and any other sign ruled by the planet Mercury, if I'm not mistaken. Even Jupiter, because there's something going on with Jupiter. I forgot, like, if it's like returning, it's returning back to the sign of Sagittarius. I do know that much. So Sagittarius is like really in the spotlight right now. Hey, that's what I'm doing, in the spotlight. Okay, anyway. The Beaver person enjoys setting their teeth into new projects, particularly if it helps someone manifest a dream. Once set to a task, it is very hard to dissuade those with the Beaver totem. In fact, Beaver often finds that their life is filled with hard work, but work that offers rewards. Capricorn, check out your reading. Sagittarius, check out your reading. I will have more readings coming soon. One caution with the Beaver personality is a tendency towards isolation when they get hurt. This is more so tying into the frost moon, you guys, because there's going to be miscommunications and you're going to get hurt because of what may be deception in that communication. But with this Beaver moon, it's kind of highlighting those things where Sagittarius comes in as a benevolent force to see, see the best in that interaction to gain the wisdom that's needed. So it's saying, the Beaver personality, it has a tendency towards isolation when they get hurt. So take care, Beavers, and don't build that dam so strong that no one can reach your heart. Within this negative space, you have self-dependency, but it comes at a cost of losing closeness with family and friends. Note that lightworkers recommend Beaver people take stringent care of their teeth, as that is a key part of Beaver magic and medicine. Okay. Seek out Beaver as a power animal when you're working with water and earth energy. Beaver is a good helpmate if you have trouble working with others, or if you find your energy and motivation for a project is waning. Don't procrastinate. Beaver will want to set you straight to work. No lollygagging or excuses. Additionally, Beaver energy helps when you're having trouble putting all the pieces in place for a project. When your blueprint doesn't work, invoke Beaver energy for reworking those plans and creating solid foundations. Okay, we're going to stop right there. So that is the Beaver aspect of this full moon. There's going to be a lot of communication, a lot of opportunities, learning from those opportunities if they don't work out, but seeing the good in everything, because those opportunities are setting you up for further opportunities. So, even with the learning the lessons through the frost moon, like the negative aspect of it, you're going to see people and situations for what they really are. Now, this is going to get a little deep for all my spiritual warriors and, those who know about the lesions and demonic activity. Because like I said, right now, we're in a time of being in the underworld because of the season change. And being in the underworld, you're going to come across a lot of demons. And you're going to see people who have demons in them. And you're going to know this by a narcissistic personality. At heart, that person is their higher self. And this may come through, some twin flame activity, especially for the divine masculine in a sense. Now, don't quote me on this. This is what I'm feeling. This is like pertaining to the divine masculine, especially not all, but it's a certain percentage that have, may say that's the false twin flame, the false divine masculine. I don't feel that. I feel that certain situations, because there's a certain percentage of divine masculines who took on the role to carry on something so heavy that both the divine masculine and divine feminine chose to take on heavy duty work to be transmuted. And it's a lot of divine feminine that said they met their false twin flame, But when in fact, it's a possibility that that was their true twin flame, but they're possessed. And it's a lot of divine feminine warring in the spirit on behalf of the divine masculine, but not really seeing what it truly is, you know. It's, you know, they're seeing someone who's a narcissistic or narcissist, when in fact it's a demonic presence. And you know, this is probably something that I'm creating in my reality, but I feel like there are demonic forces, and we're coming in a time where all the masks are off. So you're gonna have to fight. This is like what's taking place now are my beliefs when it comes to the spiritual world and why we're here and what we're fighting for, you know. So it's time to, you know, be spiritually prepared to do what you got to do. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of activity that's taking place for yourself when it comes to self-love, when it comes to self-care and honoring yourself, you know, valuing yourself, putting yourself in a position to be of high value. But also you have to see things from a spiritual aspect too. You got to have spiritual sight now to see what's really going on, why there is this type of activity in your world. You know, why are you experiencing some chaos? You got to see things for what it really is in the spirit now. And, you know, they say that it's like a light war going on, you know, those hidden agendas taking place. You got to see things for what it really is. And like a lot of people who are in their higher self, they took on that demonic possession, so it, as a team, so it can be transmuted, so it can be defeated. So just know that this is a calling for a lot of my light workers who's in that same position where they feel like they coming against some real evil people. You better put on your armor and deal with it, you know. In the Bible it says the word, our weapons of warfare are, look, I don't know. I know what I'm doing, which is probably the ultimate weapon of warfare, which is fasting and praying. But scripturally, weapons of warfare, scripture. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down arguments, and even high things that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ, and being ready to punish all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. That's 2 Corinthians 10, 4, 6. You know, I'm not pushing religion at all, but we have certain, in every sect of religion, you know, there are weapons to this demonic force that takes place. And whether you're a part of this sect, part of that sect, calling east side, west side, I'm from the north side, you know, it all works together. You just got to use what you know to use. You know, everybody's approach isn't the same. For example, I was showing my daughter how to see auras, and I told her, you know, a way where you have to be against the color white. She did it, she couldn't do it the way I taught her. She had to do it with her eyes closed, and it worked just as effectively for her. So you got to find out what works for you. I'm calling on prayer and fasting. So let us get into the card portion of this reading. I'm going to be working with my new deck that I got today that I love. It's called Shamanic Healing. Oracle cards by Michelle Tevis. I'm still working on it. I messed up Michelle's name several times already. Connect myself to earth energy. Connect myself to divine energy. All cords of confusion. Any type of attachments. Anything that does not serve me. Allow me to be a vessel. Allow this information to come through clearly for everyone who has an ear to hear. And allow it to be guidance. Offer insight. And anything that is needed during this time, even when it comes to healing. Allow this message to offer healing, wisdom, understanding, knowledge, everything that we need to edify ourselves and to be strong during these times. We also ask for the blessings that come upon us at this given time through your benevolent energy, universe, source, God, love. We thank you. 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 Yes. Clear all chakras now. Allow the messages to come through for this November 23rd. Full moon energy. Full moon in Gemini, Beaver, and Frost moon. Thank you. Archangel Michael, Concords, do what you gotta do. And all other angels that need to come forth. Feel like you want to come about Archangel Raphael, that's cool. Come on. Ooh, what'd you say? Ooh. Whoa. That's quite a bit of cards. So we're gonna whoo. Okay, so these cards keep coming out. Be like for both Sagittarius and Capricorn, we have changes, but Capricorn had stripping illusions. So that's what the energy is. It's like a bunch of changes is taking place. I don't know why I'm pulling more cards. Yep. Oh, like I said, what did I say? What did I say? Okay. 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 So, what is this going to be? I don't know if this is going to be just strictly for my twin flames. Soulmates. Or those who are missing somebody in their life. When it comes to family, like the Beaver Moon totem animal mentioned, you know, family issues, being able to work in a gentle way, like, you know, when the beaver is hurt, because this Frost Moon is going to be some obvious miscommunication, you know. Maybe some of y'all, percentage of y'all, had these conversations already where you had to walk away from somebody important in your life, like I said, but still looking at the positive in it, you know, moving forward. But there's still that beaver energy of isolation, you know, when someone is hurt. Like I said, if you're feeling guilty, forgive yourself. Forgiveness is the biggest thing at this point. But with the underlying energy here, oh, it's so dark. Just trust me. The underlying energy is 7, reunion of souls. Okay? So if you had to walk away from someone in your life that was very important to you, there's going to be a reunion of your souls. And like I was saying about the divine masculine, so this might be for some of my twin flames and high level soulmates. This divine masculine energy is returning. Especially if something just recently happened with this full moon, like the miscommunication because of Mercury retrograde. All this miscommunication is dark energy. You walked away from someone. Could be any divine masculine male in your life, whether it be father figure, a spouse, a boyfriend, a brother, a male friend, any male energy that's important in your life. You may have had some type of miscommunication with and had to walk away. Could be a female with very masculine energy as well. We're not going to exclude that. But Spirit is saying that there is a reunion of souls that's taking place, and it's just like all together there's a reunion of souls. Like, I feel like at this time, those who are under demonic attack, you know, there's going to be a saving of souls here. Because there's some lost people that's really trapped. And it's not their fault. They are possessed. People don't understand that demon possession is real. Just because, you know, a person acts a certain type of way, do you really know the reason why that person is acting that way? You got to have discernment. And ironically, underneath that card is, underneath the returning of souls, is discernment, but it's upside down. So a lot of you aren't using discernment. Where are you spiritually? Not condemning, but it's time to wake up, people. For real. So 7 is the number of God, of introspection, of perfection. So this is going to happen. God is most high. The universe is stepping in to make things right. This is like that energy of making things right. Okay, so I'm going to read. No, I don't really feel like it, but I'm going to read this one just to get a clearer understanding. There is a school of thought that says before our souls came to earth, we made contracts or agreements. I said this, Sagittarius. Or no, I didn't say that in the Sagittarius reading. Check out my blog for today. I think it's titled, I forgot. It's posted for today though. But I mentioned that about contracts and agreements, you know, making those contracts. And I know I sounded crazy, but this is confirmation to what I said. Please just check out the information that I'm giving y'all, because this information is like building upon what I'm saying. Like, I'm sharing, but it's being confirmed in these readings. Please check out what I'm putting out here, the content that I'm putting out here, because I'm really out here to help save souls, for real. I'm sorry. Get so emotional. Okay. Passionate. Okay, so this is a school of thought that says before a soul comes to earth, we make contracts or agreements with other souls. At one point in time, we appear in each other's lives to assist those involved in learning a lesson, being a catalyst for a needed change, or to share in profound joy. When a person comes into your life to teach you a lesson, no matter the human form, no matter the human experience, this agreement is based in love. The human experience may have been painful and extremely challenging. Acknowledge the depth of love needed for this contract to take place. Didn't I just say that about the divine masculine, though? Having to take on demonic energy to transmute it. And it was both of the divine masculine and the divine feminine signing up for this contract. And you have to know that it was in love. For someone to take on a demon and be possessed by it, you telling me that's not love? Like, what the divine masculine is doing right now is, especially those who are narcissists, is really taking on some heavy energy. And for those who are in relationship with this person, they're taking on that heavy energy as well, and still remaining strong in a sense, because there's a lot of people who are deeply damaged by situations like this, but it's only a few percentage that's indestructible. With an S on my chest, on my chest, with the S on my chest. Okay, so anyway, the human experience may have been painful and extremely challenging. Acknowledge to the depth of love needed for the contract to take place, and then let it go. The experience may have been profoundly moving, but ended abruptly without reason. Again, be grateful and move on. Cherish the lessons and move forward in your life the way it was meant to be. Alternatively, this card signifies a profound soulmate relationship, whether it be between lovers, friends, or parents, like I said, and children. Cherish the gift given. I said it. It could be any male figure in your life. Father, spouse, boyfriend, brother, even son. I forgot son. But cherish the gift given. Okay. So, know that it's a returning of these people in your lives. Now, you have to use discernment to really see what the situation is. And I'm giving you a heads up right now. It's a demonic first. Now, if you notice like a switching back of personalities, 1 minute this person is real cool, and the next minute this person like, what is wrong with you? You gotta know that you're not dealing with that person at that time. Then you could say it's making excuses for him, whatever, because you hurt. You can look at it like that. That's your perception, and that's okay. But if you come into this world as a light worker, you got to know what you're dealing with. If you calling yourself a light worker and you still looking at situations as if you're a victim and how you got to move on, I need you to resign from that title. Or you need to come online real quick to know what you're really dealing with. We're not warring against flesh and blood. Come on now. Like, I'm really being real. Like, this is the truth. Next card. First card up in the reading. That was underlying energy. First card up in the reading is changes. Enumerated 29. And this fell in the same place for Sagittarius. So this is the beginning of this new energy. 2 plus 9 equals 11, which is a master number. So it's a lot of mastery that's taking place with these changes. You might be having to walk away, like I said, but you're starting to honor yourself now. You're starting to see things for what they really are. You're moving forward. You're not being stuck. You're not being held prisoner to those things that held you back. You're walking away from that stuff that does not serve you. And you're honoring yourself now. You're honoring what's right for you and moving forward with your dreams and your goals. But you know you have to do this in a way that this of a more gentler approach, instead of just burning on bridges and cursing people, and you have to be flexible with this change, with this movement, instead of rigid. Because if you rigid, then you're not changing. You stuck. You got to be flexible. Confirmation to what I said with this card says 27, stripping illusions. These illusions are falling away. You're seeing things for what they really are with this new moon energy, or full moon energy. You're seeing people for what they are, situations for what they are. You're actually, some of you, with this mastery card, you're overstanding the situation. You're an observer. You're no longer, looking at it from a certain point of view. You're looking at it from its true perspective. 9 is the number of completion. 27. I don't know if I'm going to be reading all of these. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit. You're being asked to enable your true essence to shine through. Allow layer after layer of false belief, cluttered thinking, unfulfilling relationships, chaotic environments to go by the wayside to reveal the perfect essence of your core self. The process is challenging at best. This card is calling to you to look your truth in the face and not let illusions cloud your vision of the true beauty of yourself and others. So, you know, if you can take my advice and realize what I'm saying is true, and you know, stripping the illusions of this actually being a person and seeing the person for who they really are, which is their true loving self, then you know you've mastered it. You know, you're the lotus that's growing in muck. You're the lotus flower. Your spiritual unfoldment is a dirty process, you guys. It's not always pretty. You know, and we're breaking traditions. We're breaking the normal way of operating. Like the old paradigm is dead. This is something new. You know, we can't allow ourselves to be stuck rigid in a certain way of believing with and how certain situations should go, because this is something new. You know, we're transmuting a lot of the old ways because the old ways didn't work. The old ways left us hurt, disappointed, in pain, you know, regretting and remorse, you know, but this is no longer the old energy. And this full moon is like ushering this new energy in, you know. The next card is enumerated 19, unlimited possibilities. With the old energy, it puts limits on everything because of a certain perception of how things should be. But when you overstand, when you're the observer, when you stand in the center and observe in a state of mastery and really seeing things for what they are and seeing past the illusion of things, because the illusion is gone, it's been stripped, you open up a whole world of possibilities, and anything is possible. Anything is possible. You know, in our old paradigm, especially let's relate this to a relationship. This person treated you a certain type of way. You know you deserve better than that. So you completely walk away. Even if it was somebody that you know there was a promise there. You start to question yourself and doubt what you felt in your heart because of the way that the person has treated you. And you walk away from your promise because you haven't seen the person for who they truly were, or for the situation in its clear clarity in a spiritual aspect. Now it's time to ask the Most High to have a spiritual sight and understanding and discernment now. To start seeing things in its true essence, the spirit. What happens in the spirit is then manifested in the physical. So start asking to see in the spirit now. Because anything is possible. Anything is possible. This energy is bringing forth reunions of souls. But it's a percentage of people, this discernment is not there to pick up this gift. Anger. A lot of people are operating in anger right now, wanting revenge or wanting to just cut off all communication and not even, you know, cursing certain situations. And I'm not just going to relate this to relationships. It can be situations as well. Cursing it, you know, taking that wisdom and saying, well, this is something that I will never ever go through again, like in a prideful stance, in an ego sense. But that's not what's happening. Well, this next card here, 22, another master card, which is a master number, which is a master number of the master builder. I'm sorry, is the master builder number. Transformation is taking place. This anger is being transmuted into, oh my God, I did not make this up. It's being transmuted into joy. I know you probably can't see this, but this anger is being transmuted into joy. This is an inside job, though. Like, I wish, like, the lights were bright. But you have to trust me on that. This anger, this was the next card. This is exactly how the cards fail. Anger, then transformation, then joy. This is a process, though. This is a process. And this is going to be towards the masculine energy, like I said, with this masculine energy. This masculine energy. Once again, 7. And a lot of inner work. This is perfection. This is a perfection that's taking place through this masculine energy. So don't just shut it down. My nail is dirty. I'm sorry. That's from scratching my hair. Side of my hair. I have gel in my hair. Okay. So this masculine energy. You know, like I said, like everything that I'm saying is in alignment with the cards. I'm going to read masculine energy. Oh, underneath the struggle. Let's see. Masculine energy is 16, which is 7. But 16. The sun, powerful life force without which nothing on earth could survive. The masculine energy is one of action, doing, creating, forcing. In nature, it is a balance out with feminine energy. When we find ourselves embodying this energy, we get things done. We are thinking, logical beings. If we reside here too staunchly, we do not have any room for the opposite energy to come in. Being able to effortlessly flow from one to another, masculine to feminine, is the pinnacle of being in the flow energetically. Sometimes in love relationships, the energy turns topsy-turvy, and we end up residing in an energy that doesn't meet our highest need. This is hard to break out of due to fear. The fear of, if I don't do it, it won't get done. Realize that two people make up a relationship, and in an evolved one, the relationship itself develops its own energetic balance, a perfect combination of yin and yang, masculine and feminine. If there is a void in one area, an imbalance will develop, and as is the nature of things, unconsciously, we will try to balance out. Being aware is a perfect first step. Alternatively, this card signifies a very important man in your life. Like I said, it's an important man in your life. It's returning that you have to walk away from. So, I mean, maybe for a few people it may be a situation, but I feel like it's an important man in your life. A father, brother, son, significant other, boyfriend, husband. But like I also said, with it being saying be aware is a perfect first step. This is a perfection that's taking place right now. What other advice for this full moon? Good advice for this full moon. Ha! Ha! Believe. Please watch my vlog. This is exactly what I say. Believe. 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 Gotta first believe in yourself. That's exactly what I have on my Facebook business or my Facebook page. Believe. Believe in yourself. This is the energy. Believing in yourself. Believing in magic. Believing in the impossible. Believing everything is possible. Believing that, you know, things are working out for your highest good. card that plinked out is Goddess of Beauty. You are a wondrous being of light. There is nothing to change or fix. A lot of transformation, though. But this is a transformation that's going to naturally take place. It's nothing that you personally have to do. Just allow yourself to be in the flow. Allow yourself to be in the flow. A lot of people are going into situations trying to fix it. You know. And at this time, there's nothing that you can do, per se, because we're not fighting, like I said, flesh and blood. The best thing you can do is work on you. But it's not even working on you. It's staying focused on you. Staying focused on what you want. Not changing yourself for anyone. A lot of people have to forgive themselves, like I said, for allowing certain situations to happen the way that they did. Goddess of Knowledge. Start to apply what you already know. Trust your intuition. The advice here is, with those certain things that the beaver totem speaks of when it comes to making those dreams come true, you already know what you have to do. Now is the time. Now is the specific time to do it. You're going to have to trust your wisdom to guide you to the places that you need to go. The things that you need to do. And you're already equipped to do them. You just gotta follow that intuition to get there to do them. Or do what you have to do to get to your dream. No matter what. That energy is there to keep pushing us, to motivate us. For this full moon. Ooh, final 2 cards. Okay. We have Soul Cage. Soul Cage. Rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. First and foremost, here it is. Sagittarius, I said we are mermaids. But here it is. The female lady here, the female here is rescuing this guy here. You know, I don't know if he fell in the water and is drowning and she's holding on to him, or like, is she rescuing him, or is she holding on to him and drowning him and not allowing him to resurface? It depends on what energy you fall under with that. If you're in that frost energy and you know you walking away, you're allowing him to drown because it's a demonic force there. You know, instead of the ultimate weapon, the true ultimate weapon is love, because love transforms it all. You know, if you're shutting off your love, you're allowing this man to drown by holding on to baggage. But if you let him go and allow love to transform him, he's going to be able to resurface to breathe. You might be just rescuing him, you know. He might be you might give him breath, give him life. I don't know how mermaids do what they do, but the final card, corals, wisdom, colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. Wisdom, see, there go that wisdom again. And like it was saying, you know, with ascension in particular, for all my light workers, like I'm saying, this is why this message is so heavy, because, you know, a lot of people are claiming to be light workers, but you gotta know that there are things that needs to be transmuted. So you're not gonna always come across pretty energy, but you gotta look at it from a different perspective, because this energy has to be transmuted, because we are all transmuting this heavy energy, then turning it into love, so we have this new earth, you know. So it says works that are created over great periods of time. Colony, working together, you know, like the beaver energy, working together, the delicacy, fragility, you know, that's doing it in a more gentler approach instead of being so aggressive. Like I said in the very beginning, got to use your wisdom. You can't always approach situations in a, you know, a negative sense. You got to show love in some certain situations instead of fighting. You have to, you know, be at a mature level where you can handle it. Be emotionally intelligent. Be emotionally intelligent. So I'm going to read that. I'm going to end it there. (31), which is 4, which is about foundations. I'm going to read the divination. Coral is a magic talisman to enhance beauty and to ensure protection, has long been used. Tune into coral and see which color comes to you to know what messages these precious tiny creatures are communicating to you. Each coral family has particular qualities, and each region has an energetic signature that is unique. To tune into your coral, read the list below, and then simply hold your coral in your receiving hand. Okay, so this is something that you're going to have to choose and just intuitively pick the color that resonates to you. So we have red coral. We have blue coral. Just whatever resonates to you. We have golden coral, black coral, angel skin coral, which I resonate to. I don't know what it says yet. White coral. Okay, let's start with red coral. Prevents bleeding, is wonderful for menstrual cycle and for women who are going in their crone years or menopausal. Red coral also heals wounds and makes people strong. Okay, blue coral can prevent illness and disease developing, restores balance to the body, soul, emotions, and spirit. Golden coral. This beautiful, rare coral brings abundance and great good fortune. Black coral banishes negative energies from your body, your bones in particular. Black coral can assist in banishing disease and in aiding people with osteoporosis. Angel skin coral. This beautiful soft pink color can be worked with to prevent and to ease skin conditions such as psoriasis, eczema, and sensitive skin and eyes. It also helps with sinus issues, acne, and increases and stabilizes liver function. White coral. Pure rebirth, a time for transformation, allowing yourself to change and develop once again. Love that is unconditional and kind. White coral can also be used to program and store energies. Okay. I don't know. So, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this reading for our full moon energy. Please let me know how this reading resonates to your life and if you're feeling the energies. If you're interested in a reading, my information is in the description box below. You can find out more information on the services that I offer on Facebook. That link is below. And as I said, once again, it just started raining. As I said, once again, you know, the December monthly readings will be out shortly. I have Sagittarius and Capricorn up. And also check out the vlog. So, thank you for joining, you guys. Enjoy your full moon energy. Namaste.